All right. So last time on our journey through the lands of Barovia, having found yourself trapped inside the winery, you fought your way through the fanatical druids that had been holding the building hostage with their army of twig monster and vine monster minions, these creatures that seem to be form of twisted nature itself. Upon fighting your way through and finally defeating them, you learned of magic seeds, small gemstones that had been stolen from the winery that seemed to possess some magical power that helped imbue life and grow the crops. You learned of a gathering place, a ritual hill somewhere to the south, in an abandoned, ruined city to the east. And as the sun begins to hang low in that overcast Barovian sky, that's where we find ourselves.
Okay, fine. We can stay here for the night, but I would like a drink if that's the case. We haven't had a proper opportunity to actually get drunk together outside of the big celebratory whatchamashit that happened in the past town, but that was interrupted by a large cat. So,
I mean, mate, we have plenty of time. He could have just said it. I drink nearly every night.
I don't.
Oh, come on. Oh, I forgot the names. The proprietors of this winery. I think.
The good sir and madams.
Yeah. Yes. What could we do for you?
I think, and don't make me presumptuous, but we've worked up a bit of a first, I think. Clearing your establishment of all sorts of twig blights and the sort. I think by chance we can sample some of what you've been fermenting.
Yes, of course. And as I said earlier, you are more than welcome to spend the night. Did you decide, will you be escorting the wagon back to Vallaki? Back to the Blue Water?
When is that leaving again?
It's late in the evening now, so tomorrow morning, first light.
Ugh.
It's not that far of a trip.
Yeah, but it means that we'll be basically in the same space. We're losing a day, and we're supposed to go on this round trip around Barovia and find an abbey and a mad mage and.
Tens, I think you're the one who offered us to secure
Did
the
I?
right kind
Maybe.
of wine.
Oh, okay. We came to. No, that's not what I said. What I said is that we would go and find out what was wrong. I did not say that we were going to come back with the wine.
But Mr. Tens, my friend, perhaps we lose a day, but to see this through, would this not be the fastest way to seek our rewards? And did you not wish to have a discussion with the receiver of the shipment?
Yeah, I guess I am interested, though. I don't know. Regardless, I think we should have a drink tonight. Regardless.
Sure. What do you think, Ash? I just send it on its way and just hope it, I don't know, some sort of another machination doesn't come out to stomp on it or something.
I think making friends is probably a good idea for what we're trying to do. So I think maybe taking the wagon might not be the worst idea we've had. I think we need that more than we need a little extra time at this point.
And what about the ritual in the city?
if it's this big strong ritual, listen, we're good. I don't know if we're that good.
All you gotta do is take out 1 or 2 of them, and then the ritual no longer fucking works, right?
I don't know. I don't do rituals.
That's how rituals typically work. You take the one out that's doing the thing on the thing, and it happens.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ash leads over to Durango. Is that how rituals work?
Perhaps in the land of Fakuri, my friend? I am not quite sure.
I don't know. I thought you'd be the one that know about rituals. Sorry. That's kind of presumptuous.
Think nothing of it, my friend?
It's the horns. I'm sorry.
Regardless, I'm tired, and I know that we're staying here tonight. And he just kind of like leaves them behind and starts marching into the winery again, following the old man.
I guess we suss out in the morning then.
Yeah. And the proprietor is not hanging out with us. He left back for the winery.
Yeah, I mean, so he's still relatively close. You can see that he's kind of overseeing. You guys are right outside of the winery now, so he's overseeing the everyone is getting to work loading the wagon before night falls.
I lean into
And cleaning up, rebuilding.
Cole and Durango. I think we need to do the wagon. We learn about this raving group. We make friends along the way. We're gonna beat Strahd. It ain't gonna be the 4 of us alone.
This is a very good point, my friend, Mr. Ash. And might I add, and Durango kind of looks confused for a sec, like he's looking for the words, where he continues an infernal looking at Cole. I am quite tired of walking. I would very much like to ride in a wagon.
Replied Infernal. I'd offer me horse, but last time I tried that, it turned out, dead.
Could be I could solve two problems with one wagon. Yeah. We are also due for a delivery at the Abbey.
Oh,
So perhaps you could travel with to Valaki, make a stop at the Blue Water. We'll give her maybe 3 barrels and then bring the rest
To the Abbey.
to Kresk.
Yes, I like this idea. This is much better than what I thought it was going to be. This is a much. I am here for this one.
I mean, aren't you here for like all of it anyway?
It depends on the day.
Right.
Depends on the season.
Also true.
I'm starting to get it. So yeah, we'll escort a cart and yeah, make our way back to Kresk after that.
So tell me,
why-
sir,
Excellent.
what kind of wine are we talking about that we're going to be able to partake of tonight, and where exactly are we going to be staying the eve?
Well, we do not have too much as far as accommodations, but it's a stable. Not enough for you men.
I don't think the one with the 6 fingers is going to be okay with that one. That's just me.
He can clean himself after. We slept in worse.
If the
It is,
situation should require such, yes, this is acceptable.
I am genuinely surprised.
I promised it is kept as as clean as stable can be kept, but unfortunately we do. We are not an inn per se. As far as the wine, well, it is the best you will have in all of Barovia. It is our very special Red Dragon Crush.
Well, sounds good.
All right, then.
Excellent. Well, make yourselves comfortable, and I will have them bring pitchers out to the stables to you, and I will wake you in the morning
Sure.
when we are ready to make our way. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. We have a lot of work to do, so we will be about that. Please let me know if you need anything else.
As he's walking out, Cole's gonna start grabbing some of like the hay bales and just start creating like a little seating area. If there's any like crate around to put, like a table and chairs sort of setup.
Yeah, and you managed to move several. There's some empty barrels that have been tossed aside. It looks like you can see that they are essentially draining one of the vats where one of the druids was dumping liquid into. After a bit of sussing, you find out it was they were attempting to poison it. They figured that out. So yeah, very very easily you make a sort of table and chair setup with what's in the stable.
Tins pulls out his bag of marbles and pulls out like some writing implements from his notebook and starts like drawing things on the marbles.
I don't want. What are you doing?
I want to. If we're going back to Valaki, I'd like to talk to a certain elf friend of ours that we've met briefly. It doesn't have to be very long.
Oh, sure. What are you doing to the marbles?
Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't understand rituals.
Yeah, but that makes me concerned that I don't understand rituals now.
Don't worry about it. You don't understand rituals.
Oh God. Okay.
Hey, cool. So, do you know the word sorry?
I think I don't hear it very often now. I don't say it very often either.
I caught that. Okay. And he just goes back to like painting on the marbles.
Mr. Cole, there was that one time I recall you heard it several times before.
I've also said it many times whenever I was in winter.
All right, yeah, you're a bit meek.
You don't have to be a dick about it.
It's not being a dick, it's just the truth, isn't it? Yeah, a bit meek.
Sometimes the truth is dickish.
What? I've been called a dick. I can't call you meek when you're in a season.
Nope.
Fine,
This is why I usually travel alone.
Yeah, smart man.
Well, now you're being a dick. Anyway. Where's that wine?
A few moments later, some of the younger members of the family bring you several pitchers of this red dragon crush, that sweet but strong wine. You had the exact same stuff at the Blue Water Inn in Valaki.
Right. I'm gonna make sure that Cole and Durango and Ash all have a picture of themselves, and I'm going to have a picture, if there's enough pictures for all of us. And I'm just going to nurse mine and be like, so who thinks that they can drink theirs the fastest without getting fucked?
The fact that you specify this, Mr. Tens, I find to be greatly concerning.
Yeah, can I insight check? I want to feel if there's any malcontent.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a deception check.
Ill intent, if you will. Oh, you son of a bitch. 16. 17.
It's playful more than it is ill content. Ill intent.
Cautiously, although Cole's not really one to turn down an entire pitcher full of wine to himself. Sniff it, make sure the elf didn't do any sleight of hand before. Yeah, I'll start drinking.
As Cole goes to lift the glass, Durango reaches out and snaps his fingers, chilling the beverage to optimal drinking temperature.
That's my favorite trick of yours.
When enjoying the finest, my friend, you must take the proper concern to make sure that it is done appropriately.
How is it, DM? What is this delightful flavor?
The wine?
Yeah.
So for several of you, you're not, despite airs, what you would consider erudite or noble in any way, shape, or form. So you're used to common tavern swill and not the nicest, particularly moving from small city to small city. There were more of these towns where, there is maybe one or two winemakers who are, doing the best with what they can. It's not a very competitive market. Comparatively, it's probably the best wine you've ever had. It's, again, sweet and earthy, but strong.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It said the magic word. Sweet. Tens is going to start chugging it after like the first couple sips of doing his best to not chug it. And then he's just going to just down the entire pitcher.
Ash will not be drinking heavily. He remembers the last time this happened.
Make a Constitution saving throw, Tenzetta.
Yeah, okay. 19.
Yeah. So despite the fact that you are very inebriated, you are not ill. You maybe traveling with these folks has helped you hold your liquor a little bit better than you remember. Or maybe it's just that it's good wine.
Yeah,
Anybody got any
so
more?
you got your
You
own
can have the
picture.
rest of mine, and I'll give him about 3/4 of the pitcher that I didn't drink.
Okay.
My friends, you taste this. It is no ordinary drink. I myself have sampled many beverages, but nothing with such a taste of story, such a heritage. You think the peril it faced before we arrived at the hands of such beasts, it only narrowly survived. This shall never be replicated.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, but it's very sweet, and I like sweet things. So,
It's doing the job, that's all I know. And throughout the course of the night, he's just gonna throw the whole pitcher over the course of an hour, 2 hours or something like that. Not overly long. What are you rolling for?
Tens will wisely nurse the 3/4 that he got from Ash. But over the course of that 3/4, you can see a little bit of red begin to kind of like spark up along his collar, back his neck, and up his hair, up to his hairline.
Hey, there he is, attaboy. I don't think me or Rango told you much about some of our previous, glories.
Let us say that not all of the tales have made it into song, Mr. Cole.
Right, well, let's play the one about the, what was that old spooky cabin outside of, I can't remember where it was, outside of Old Owl Well, I think.
I do believe that body tune got us chased out of the gates that night.
Oh, it did.
You recall the men of the church? They come bursting through the door.
What? And then, you should have seen their faces. I sat in front of him like, who thinks? Which one of you think you could take me? I'm only they're all of you, and I had a couple of drinks at this point too, mind you. And I'm sitting there flashing, and I got my armor up, and I got like the sparks flying off the shit, and I just, through the course of the night, Cole begins to regale some of the things that haven't made it into story yet, some of the things that, the situations that, they entirely got themselves into in the first place, while trying to, maybe not be the most noble of men. And, yeah, I think that's kind gonna be the night. We're just kind of pontificating about our greatness.
Yeah, Durango provides a musical backing to Cole's storytelling and puts away that pitcher of wine with all the efficiency you'd expect from someone who plays music for a living.
Over the course of the stories, maybe 2 stories in, Tens goes full summer. And he just kind of stops and goes, man. So what the fuck happened to you then?
What do you mean?
What set you down that path, huh? What's the story from before?
Cole looks at his picture. It's empty. Looks around. Did the winemaker leave anything but the pictures, or is there more to be had?
As far as food or anything, no. They
Just
they
the
brought
drinks.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they just. Yeah, no, there's still plenty of wine.
All right. Cole aims for a refill. I don't know if it's. Well, it's definitely wine talking. But, Ryan knows a bit of this, and I guess we've been traveling for long enough. Either of you ever hear the Dawnbreakers?
Only in passing.
No.
The Dawnbreakers are the, I guess you call them the special ops of the Kasashan government, or Kasashan religious aspect of it anyway. Heretic hunters, cult breakers, that sort of thing. My family went back generations. Very proud heritage of Dawnbreakers. They start training you very young when you're 6, 7 years old. You get some time in there to figure out if it's what you want to do, but most people just sort of fall in line and go with the families because it's a generational thing, yeah? And, always good. Always good. I was good because I did my job and I didn't ask no questions. My superior said, yeah, there's a cult worshipping a gem dragon of some sort, a chromatic dragon of some sort, and we can't have that in Kasala. It's the only life found over here, right? That's it. So we need to sweep them out. We did. We got paid well. I enjoyed my job. One day, we sent out to a place, roughly Barovia-esque, but it's just a small town. Poverty, not much going on for it. Went in. It looked like cultists. It looked like cultists, and cultists tend to be fervent, fanatical. They just look like people trying to scrape by. But I did my job. But I couldn't get it out of my head, Months and months and months to do my job, and the job sort of get weirder, yeah? Less of this, robe and cloak and blood sacrifice sort of thing, and more what seemed like, frankly, people that didn't know what was going on. Turns out they didn't. Turns out they were personal vendettas from my superior. Or paid off political hits. He was using the Dawnbreakers as a personal militia. He takes a deep, deep drink from his pitcher.
So I guess that explains why you have a hard time saying sorry to someone that you know, are technically sided with then, huh? I've apologized.
Well, I'm bleeding my heart open to you and you're concerned about an apology. I thought you-
Season.
You ain't getting one like that, mate.
All right. Thanks for your confession. And he gets up and he like finds a corner of the barn to cool off.
Ash gets up and walks by Cole, puts his hand on his shoulder. Things always change when you start asking why. Don't let the elf get to you. At least you figured it out. For what I can tell, you're trying to be better. And Ash is just gonna walk outside, just kind of stand outside the barn, taking the night air.
Is very much like old times, no, Sir Cole? Hmm? And Durango, like, he's fishing through his pack, pulls out a pack of just like wrapped rations and throws it towards Cole's like practiced efficiency, like it's something they've done a million times.
Backhand snatch, the same reflexive motion. Same thing, friend. It's always the same thing, innit?
But we are getting more practiced at this same thing, no? We are getting much better.
I think so. Oh, you know, I think after we get at Barovia, might have something. You know, Rango, that haunts me. And no matter how much goes in our pockets, how much wine's on our bellies, it's still difficult.
Sir Cole, what I have come to understand is that to survive and have guilt is a luxury.
Yeah, I'll drink to that, friend. And hoist up the end part of that pitcher and swill it back.
Yeah, Durango does the same. Kind of tosses the pitcher over his shoulder with a smile, and yeah, starts launching into a song on his lute, trying to lighten the mood in the barn a little bit.
I'm meaning to ask you. I never know if I picked up on it very much, but in Barovia, something more pronounced. How do you do that two-voice thing? You know, you got like an upper tone, you got a lower tone, sort of like, you know, it's
Rather, Sir Cole, we are in a barn in a strange land with a very good chance that we shall not survive to our escape. There's no harm in showing you Durango's secret, I assume. And he, as he's speaking, he's got the rations in his lap, and he's undoing the drawstring and, you know, folding them out very carefully. takes a piece of like hard biscuit style bread, takes a bite out of it, and he starts undoing the fastenings down the front of his duplay. And very slowly, methodically, just kind of throws the shirt back over his shoulders, and he lifts up his left arm, running from like his armpit on down. It kind of looks like somebody stabbed him and carved like a really bad jagged mouth and tried to stitch it shut with like sharp conical teeth and did a really bad job. You'll see, my friend, and as he speaks, the mouth moves along with his, like almost kind of curling up like it's mocking him. It is, as Durango says, it is a wise man who learns to turn his curses to a blessing, no? And he sings a note in a high register, and as he does so, the secondary mouth responds in like a matching baritone.
That is so cool. Oh, stop! Like, it's like the enemy. When one time, like just pout, like. That's
Durango
amazing.
slaps it away.
Oh, sorry. That's
It
amazing.
is, I would keep your hands well clear, Sir Cole. It is not entirely safe. And as he says that, he snaps off a piece of the biscuit and feeds it to the mouth under his armpit.
That is amazing. I am thoroughly impressed.
My friend, I wish that your reaction was more common. And as he says the word common, it sounds like it's coming from over Cole's shoulder.
Yep.
It is
Meanwhile,
like
Tins is in the corner just angrily painting marbles.
it is like the sleight of hand man says. Yes, the trick is much better when you do not understand how it works. No.
I don't get it. All I know is you got an armpit mouth. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Consider it but another facet of the glory that is the great Durango Fortescue. And he
Right,
stands to his
Durango.
feet and bows dramatically, almost like he's mocking himself.
Yeah, bravo, bravo, and I just start.
Durango sits and pours himself a little more wine, has a sip, and treats his secondary mouth as well.
So as the night of revelry and discovery continues to unfold in the barn of the Wizard of Wines, things begin to wind down, the wine kicks in, your eyes grow heavy. Who is keeping watch?
I'll keep first watch.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Does it need to be a disadvantage for drunk?
Sure.
How about an 8?
An 8? Great. What is Tens doing during his watch?
He'll probably sit, like if it's a barn that has an upstairs or like even any sort of gable roof whatsoever with any outward facing anything, he'll look like through the slats and like through the big window, and the entire time, more than anything, he's just painting marbles. Which explains why he's a little distracted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. The time goes by undisturbed, and every once in a while you think you see a shadow or something move past the window, and you look, you stop, and you stare. The window is that it's thin paned glass that you're looking out of, and there's that scary moment when all you see is your reflection in the glass, the darkness beyond so thick that even your eyes don't want to pierce the safety of the inside of the barn to see the darkness that's beyond. But you push closer. Nothing. Hours go by. Your mind starts to drift. You can feel yourself slipping into that meditative state. as you get very focused on painting into the marbles. Who's taking second watch?
I'm choosing because I'm
Okay,
dropping an
sure.
elbow into the middle of Cole's chest to wake him up.
Jesus. Lysander.
He just walks over and just whack, and then rolls over and walks over to a corner and sits down in a squat position.
You shite. Oh.
Sorry.
It ain't how it works. You know that.
Mm.
Rubbing his chest, he'll go up and take second watch.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So you, where are you? What does your watch look like, essentially? What are you?
Probably staking, doing a little patrol route, just kind of, front of the barn, back of the barn, peering out the doors, just patrolling in front of the doors a bit, back inside, just kind of making rounds.
So you watch in this area is this sort of low valley sloping up towards that hill to the south. And just through the tops of the trees and the mist, you can see the crest of the hill, shadow of dark, some dark tree sitting atop it. As the hours go by, nothing catches your attention until that first light of morning starts to pierce and peek over those mountains, that prison that surrounds Barovia. And as that light just begins to glint and that fog begins to roll down that hill, you see the thick trees, the thick tree line underneath begin to shudder, as if something large is just forcing its way through. You watch the trees bend and shift at the tops as it just comes screaming towards the barn. You can't make out what the shape is, but yeah, enough that you immediately
begin booking it, start screaming, start banging the morning star against my shield. Wake up, we got company, it's big!
Do we get the full rest in, or is this...
Yeah, no, you can all get your long rest.
Ooh-wee. Thanks for that.
Sir Cole, it is a wagon. I'm sure it can wait until the great Durango is more awake.
Hey, wagon don't move trees, mate!
I mean, I thought it was common for, like, a wagon to, like, move trees, like logs and stuff.
Not like this! Seriously, just look outside.
Yeah, Ash will take a peek.
Tins wakes up blue.
All right, Ash, as Cole sort of takes you outside, he points to the tree line. You can see it now, that we're through the forest itself, almost moving around as if something is parting it like waves in the water. You can't make out what it is, but it's clear that the trees are almost moving to the sides and being pushed to the side as whatever this is makes its way through.
How far away is the rest of the winery from this stable?
It's attached, right? So it's attached to the winery itself.
Get the others up, and I'm gonna take off to go wake up the other folks, and then come right back.
All right, so you begin shouting. The noise begins to spring to life. Everywhere in the winery, people are shouting and what's going on? And it's just the confusion and kind of panic as they all begin to come to their senses. And the older man approaches you again. What seems to be the trouble?
What do you got in those woods that can move trees?
Can move trees? And you can see his eyes take a minute to focus. I am not certain, but whatever that is, it can't be good. I will get the children, and we will make our way. We will run and hide.
Cool. Clearly, this guy is not offering any help. Better run fast. Ash books it back to the other three. Yeah, they're not going to be much help.
I'll tell you that, mate. You ready?
There isn't going to be.
Lights the sword.
Ash knocks an arrow.
Mr.
Right, so as you rush
that sword
outside-
is far too bright for this morning. Please, could you point that elsewhere?
He like puts it underneath his cloak, trying to hide the light a little bit, but does his best to not burn it. Sorry.
So as all of you stand ready now, you're staring at that tree line. Maybe 300 or 400 feet in the distance, waiting for it. You can see the trees moving in the back. You can watch, and you're just waiting, that anticipation, see whatever bursts through. And suddenly you see, one of the trees in the front fall over, as if the forest itself is falling down. But it doesn't fall. It is moving. These large spider-like appendages crawling along the ground, pulling this massive tree form. You can see this gnarled face and this wicked mouth in the tree, like some sort of twisted ent, ripping itself through the grass, tearing up the ground as it tears down this hill directly towards the winery.
Fins is going to charge it, running full speed, triple dash.
Ash is just going to look at Cole and go, guess we should have went to that ritual.
I guess so.
Ash lets off an arrow.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah, buddy.
Do I have 2 ashes?
You do. That's a good initiative roll.
Can I take the 14?
Yo, a tree blight?
Looks like a friendly
boy.
chap.
All right. So as the creature nears now, you guys move forward to face it. And you get roughly so you're within 80 feet of it at this point, as it is just continuing to tear towards the winery. Cole.
80 feet. I'm going to. Let's see, is that a bonus action? It is. So, bonus action shield of faith on myself. And then. Shield of Faith, that's not first level. That is concentration. Shield of Faith, concentration. It is not. Oh, not ceremony. Hold on. It is shit. Okay. And then I'm going to use my action to move forward. My movement to move forward 30 feet. That is. We're paused there, DM. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right about there. And I'm going to wait for it to approach me. I'm going to hold my action until it comes, and I'll, as soon as it comes by, I'm going to try to smash at its roots.
So you ready yourself, being like prepared now for the tree with this massive tree that is just moving across the ground. Okay, Ash.
Ash is gonna go ahead and kind of post up by this rock here. He's gonna take one of the torches out and snap his fingers, light it on fire, and stick it in the ground next to him. And that'll be my turn. I'm guessing that's going to be an action, so.
Okay. Tensveta.
Okay, so let's see, how far do I need to be for that? Within 5 feet. And it's 80 feet and go 60 and then, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try something stupid, which is typical. I'm gonna use my action to dash, getting me 60 feet. And then I'm gonna use my face step to try and frighten it. Because I am in winter, getting it right in front of it. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 15. It now has the frightened condition, so it's not going to get past me. And he's just going to stand there. Like, as he goes running forward, he pulls that blade out again. It starts to turn a cold blue before he throws it forward and disappears into a puff of snow, appearing in front of it, grabbing a hold of the blade as it comes flying by, and just stands there menacingly, getting ready to strike. It's my turn.
Muted. Still muted.
Dispel mute.
Yeah. That is the strongest mute I've ever seen in my life.
No, I could have swore I hit the button. Anyway, so is your whatever, man. So your friends watch as you dash forward, and in that moment you blink and you appear suddenly directly in front of the tree that is just clawing and pulling its way across the earth, tearing up the ground as it moves forward. And as it stands, it looms above you. This massive 30-foot shape coming to a complete standstill as you just appear in front of it. As this gnarled face filled with maggots and pus just looks down at you, it stops in its tracks.
Boo. And now has disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks.
But you're going to get all of them. So as it stops there and looks down at you, all of a sudden these massive gnarled roots just begin to whip out and reach for you and grab you. The creature just begins to flail. Oops. I'm sorry, it should have been disadvantage. All right, it's a 19 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you take 10 points.
Okay.
Of bludgeoning damage from there, and I need you to make a sorry, no, I think you're just grappled. So
Cool.
Yeah. There you go. But now I'm just gonna hit you with all of them. There's one root and one branch after another that just begins to, you watch the tree itself almost just seems to fall suddenly on top of Tens.
Ooh.
I keep man. All right, so that next root, that's a 13. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Does not. No, the two branches, one of them is a 15. It's a 15 hit.
Yeah, 15 hits.
15 hits. And a 19, I'm assuming.
19 hits.
So, yeah, normal.
And we're unconscious.
Yeah. So as those two branches fall, the creature just slams down on you. You watch as Tens just drops.
So I guess the question
Still-
is, does the frighten sustain itself?
I think it would be frightened of you, so I'm gonna say no.
Right, but it says frighten until the end of my next turn.
All right, I will give it to you for the sake of I just took you out in one round. So Durango, listen, I know you. Like, again, you just Tens rushes in, you know.
Yep.
It's always the rogues.
So Durango looks, his clothes are disheveled, his hair's a mess, his eyes are droopy, he's sweating profusely, obviously hungover. He's wincing at the sound of Cole smashing his Morning Star against his shield, Ash's bowstring, slight look of relief when Tens disappears. With all the power he can muster behind his voice in his hungover state, he yells in challenge. Who dare challenge the great Durango Fortescue so early in the morning? He plays a couple of ominous notes on his lute, as quietly as he can, still kind of inwardly wincing as he does, and casts Hex on the tree critter. And we're gonna say that's disadvantage on Wisdom.
Wisdom checks. Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So as that dark energy fires and releases from the loot, it surrounds the creature, and you can see it now. It just begins to almost permeate into the somewhere deep into the root system.
And as that settles in, Durango holds his lute almost like a rifle at his hip and starts blasting. We're gonna re-roll that as a garbage roll. We're gonna use Lucky to re-roll that.
That'll do it. 26. There you go.
26 to hit.
26 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Whoops, that's the wrong one. Second attack's a 14 apparently. That's 9 damage plus another D6 from Hex. Full
Nice.
6.
That was hot.
Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay. That is Durango's turn. He goes back to holding his head and wincing.
Yeah. So on top of the hex, those eldritch blasts fire out and they slam into it, and bits of tree bark go flying, and this dark, thick, purpley sap just seems to leak out from where the bolts hit, but the branches just continue to push out and cover up.
You have
Cole.
truly committed a grave error today, my friend.
Cole.
Well, the thing is scared out on me range, so I can't even get into range to fight it, but I'll, this damn elf. Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Look, I'm not a rogue, I can't use my bonus action to dash. Look, I can't even get into range to help it.
It's okay.
You can use your action to dash.
Yeah, but what am I going to do once I get there? Like, look at him, pity him. You know, like,
Lay on hands, right?
Lay on hands is an action.
That's an action.
Then nothing.
Cure
Yeah.
wounds is an action.
Watch him die. Live to tell the tale.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get to that point and like, hey, well, shit. You're gonna see Cole kind of stick his Morningstar into his other hand, so it's behind his shield, and he's gonna stand like this, and you kind of see his form sort of shake a few times, and then it's gonna burst out. I'm gonna cast Mirror Image.
Nice.
So I get 3 illusory duplicates. And they're going to be sort of like weaving in and out of like around him and sort of like shuffling around, so that way, like, you know, it's very kind of confusing as to, you know, who's where. And I think that's my turn.
Ash.
Ash is going to reach an arrow down, stick it in the torchlight. Hopefully it catches on fire, give it a few seconds, and then let off his arrows.
Nice.
Not with a 12. Second attack.
He has to be the worst archer I've ever met.
Nat 20 for 28.
So that first one, you go to fire, and just for a minute, where you're aimed, you can see that those roots, they have Tensveta wrapped up and grappled around him. So just a split second, you think better of yourself. You try to pull away, and that arrow goes past the tree monster. The second one, though, you hone in now, seeing getting a better eye on your target. You see that open, gaping mouth, and you fire that fire arrow into it. Go ahead and roll damage.
12 damage.
Roll another 1d4 for me. Well, 2d4.
3.
So yeah, as that arrow slams into the back, you can see the fire just begins to catch on something. The inside of its mouth just illuminating now as this like viscous goo just starts to pour out of it. This thick black purple, just dripping from this gaping tree-like maw. But in the convulsions, you watch as Tensveta is thrown away from the tree monster. However, Tens, your body is thrown about 10 feet, and you're going to lose a death save.
And then I'm going to bonus action. What's the phrase I'm looking for here? Action surge. That's what I'm trying to do here.
It's just that you still have your bonus action after that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to use, because action surge. Why can't I say surge? Is a bonus action.
No,
You
it's
get
just a
another
free
attack.
action. You just
Okay.
do it.
Well,
And
then
you
I'm
get
gonna
2
use
attacks.
2 more arrows. Does a 9 hit with a nat 1?
A 9 does not. Again, your aim is thrown off a bit as you watch Tensveta's corpse just bounce lifelessly and roll in the dirt off to the side.
His
Arrow
elf
goes
is
wide.
throwing me off.
Mhm.
And a 25.
25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
There you go.
for
Nice.
11 points of more damage.
All right, 11 more as this arrow, this one finds its target and slams into one of those softer parts of the trees. the tree's core. It just sinks into that black goo. Tense.
And that'll be my turn.
Go ahead and make a death saving throw. All right, that's 1 success, 1 fail. Okay.
Just hear him kind of like from where he's at.
So I'm gonna say the.
Hey,
This is-
Ash, is that damage including your fighting style?
Yeah, it should be. Does Forge not do that? Foundry?
It should.
1d8 plus 3, because yeah, my fighting style gives me +2.
2 attack rolls.
Yeah, 2 attack rolls.
Oh, it's
Not
2 attack
damage
rolls?
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, continue.
Yep.
Murder me.
No, as it continues to move towards the winery, Cole standing in its way, it just rushes forward. You can see those limbs slapping as it does, and as it moves towards you, now the creature again lashes out with those roots and branches. For shots an 11. Second is a natural 1. Wow.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
I know,
me.
right? But those are the ones that don't hurt as
Come
much.
on.
17.
Don't hit. I got shield the fife up.
23 is
Booty
gonna
boosh
hit.
boosh is what that is.
Well, so hold on, I'll roll a d20.
Yeah.
I'll roll a natural 1, it hits me.
Yeah. So as your forms shiver, those branches and roots just begin to slap at all of the illusory versions of yourself. You manage to dodge. It's almost more difficult for you now trying to get used to this spell because you're trying to see the alternate versions of you dodging out of the way. But one of the branches just manages to get past your shield. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. The apply thing's not working. Not a big deal. But I'll still let you know.
That's all right. Yeah, I know, I'm aware. It's not working for me either. Durango.
Yeah, still wincing and half cowering. Durango fires up his lute. Yes, behold the fury of the great circle, you foolish tree. Durango continues blasting.
Hungover Durango.
Yeah, we're gonna use another luck point on that roll. That was trash.
I love Morning Ringo.
That is a 13 to hit.
13 still misses.
All right, then I'll make the second blast attack. That's a 12.
12 misses as well.
Perhaps I should simply let this tree kill me. That is my turn.
Yeah, as those 2 blasts come out of the loot, you watch now as the tree looking up at you. These black eyes just turning. Those blasts, it just knocks them away with its tree branches as it continues to slam its body against Cole. Cole, your turn.
I think I can make it sort of as he's swinging around, slashing his roots. I'm gonna, pike one to the stomach and, put up a shield for the rest and make my way over the tens over here. And
Hey.
I think I'd be sick of this by now. And I'm going to, just sort of grab him by the back of the throat. Yeah, wake up, you idiot! And I'm gonna pump all of my lay on hands into him.
You could just do one.
We got no way of healing. I need you alive. So
Behold
points
the
is it?
benevolent conduit of Lathander's mercy, the brave Circle Mavvin.
So you have regained 25 hit points.
Thanks. As you like pull him up, he just kind of. I'll make it up. Sorry.
Yeah, hurry up with it. And then.
Interesting.
Actually, hold on. Is that it is concentration? Okay, no, that's that'll be my turn.
Okay, great. So as you lift up and you grasp that divine energy and you Tensveta, he gasps back to life, sadly. Ash.
Sorry.
Sadly. Oh no, I'll keep doing this. Stab him.
Ash, seeing this all go down, goes, I don't know why he keeps doing this. And launches off two more fire arrows.
Hey.
26 hits.
For 6 piercing. And then one more arrow for a 30-20.
30-20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
For another 9 piercing.
For another 9. Nice. So as you just continue to fire arrow after arrow, it's just piercing the creature, not even slowing it down, though. It just continues to pull itself forward.
Do I get anything for fire arrows on those ones? Okay. Just making sure.
That's it wasn't really for the fire on the last one. Don't worry about it.
I'm going.
How dare you?
That's fine.
Tensveta.
All right. So as a bonus action, he's going to apologize profusely, giving Cole advantage on the next attack against this fella with the help action, and then he's going to stab a bitch. $25 to hit. Okay. We'll do
25
damage.
hits,
And then he also has a homie beside him, so that's 3d6 extra radiant. $18 points of damage as he just gets up and he's like, sorry. Shit! And he just stabs into it with the blade.
Yeah, as that sun sword ignites that radiant energy firing out from the hilt, lights, and it ignites with the creatures. It just seems to cut and pierce through the that rotten wood flesh.
That's my turn.
All right. So with that, the tree blight is going to once again make several attacks. 2 against Tens, 2 against Cole.
Oh boy.
I'm going to use my reaction to impose disadvantage as protector against any strike against Tensveta.
Okay, excellent. The first one's against you. It's 23.
That'll hit.
Go ahead and roll for your illusions.
That's above a 6, so that one misses and hits one of them.
All right, so one of those roots just slams down, and you watch this alternate version of yourself just get crushed and dissipate underneath the root. Second attack on you is a 16.
That'll miss.
All right. Intense Veta. It's a 15.
15 just hits.
Ah, shit.
Got a 14 AC, guys.
Yeah, so you try to interpose yourself between, you block one of the roots, but another one just reaches up behind and grabs out, or wraps itself around Tensveta again. You are grappled again, Tensveta. Just gonna make this normal. It's a 24. Take another 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
That is just enough to knock me back out.
He gave you 25, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just rolled
Yeah.
11 and 14.
That's 25.
Yep. Yeah, as Tenzveta once again drifts
Sorry.
out of.
Why did he run? It
And it is going to go. And as the creatures, as it's attacking and assailing you guys, it is just continuing to move past. It is tearing towards the winery.
I'll get that attack of opportunity.
You do.
Did you use your reaction to give disadvantage?
Oh shit, I did. Yeah.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Just let me die.
Right. Durango.
I don't know if I'm gonna have a choice.
Dies partially out of exasperation, partially out of just disgust with that display he just watched. Oh no, it would appear that it is on I, the great Durango Fortescue, to save us all. Halt, tree. Plays an ominous tune on his lute and casts Fear on it. Hex is still imposing disadvantage.
Hex is only on checks.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're muted if you're saying something.
Just regaling you the story of trees not being very wise. So that's a fail.
Excellent.
So yeah, as you sort of step yourself out in that on that darkened path, the sun just barely rising behind you as your shadow is cast, and in it you for a second you feel bolstered as if that unseen force that seems to help and guide your actions suddenly grows. You see that shadow darken and lengthen in front of you. The tree just stops in its tracks.
Plant your roots,
again.
tree, for I am Durango Fortescue, savior of the common man. He retches slightly at the end of the sentence. He's not going to make it.
Cole.
Cole just looks down and like, you know, we're dealing with a threat here, and he's just looking down like, I can't, and just casts get back here. Action. Gonna cast Cure Wounds, first level. Take your 6 damn points of healing, you idiot.
I'm not an idiot. I gave you advantage.
Oh, I don't need it. You run. You go in. So, yeah, as soon as you get back to your feet and start responding, I'm like, don't go back there. Run. You poke, you run. You poke, you run.
I told you to hit it. Kill it.
I'm trying to, but you keep dying. And with
Don't
that,
worry about me. I'll be fine. Kill it.
You won't be fine. Yeah, so I run up, and I'm gonna flank this tree blade from behind, and use my action. And that's it.
Okay.
You know what I just realized? I could have uncanny dodged a couple things at this point, but you know, I forgot.
Well, because you just keep forgetting you're playing a rogue, not a barbarian.
No?
Ash.
Doing it again. 2 more fire arrows. Just fighter things. 14.
14 misses.
Second arrow. 21.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
11 points of damage.
Nice, just one after another, just piercing into the tree, just pedaling it with arrows as it just continues to claw its way forward. Before now, it seems to have stopped in its tracks, just staring wide-eyed at Durango.
Ash is gonna move around the rock to that side and look back to be like, "What is this thing looking at? Oh God, it is terrifying!" And looks back at the tree. And that'll be my turn.
And Zveta.
So I'm going to ask a stupid question. Does this look similarly animated to the twig blights and vine blights from yesterday? Never mind. I wouldn't have the information from what happened yesterday outside, so I'm going to shoot it with my action. $18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. And I have an ally nearby, so I get the 36.
Just quick, what kind of damage was the branch damage? Was that bludgeoning?
Bludgeoning. Yeah.
Okay. I take 3 less of that because of my heavy armor mastery.
Okay.
That's 20 points of piercing damage, and then he's going to use his bonus action again to say, "Hey, will you please hit the thing? Sorry, I don't mean to be too offensive." And he's just going to stand there, and that's his turn.
All right. So as you fire the crossbow, again, another big chunk of that bark skin just peels off underneath and just starts oozing that black purple liquid. You see insects begin to roil and burrow out from underneath as it in its spot just sort of twists towards you, Cole, and you can watch this like face just like turn around, but as this tree like turns and the roots like twist after the fact towards you, and then it proceeds to
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
run away from Durango.
Yeah,
You fool! Do you not know this battle has already
do.
been decided?
All right, then I'm going to stab it.
Yeah, same.
Oh, you don't get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no.
With the advantage that would work on an attack of opportunity? Sweet.
It's the next attack.
As a 20 to hit.
Yeah, 20 hits.
That's 8 points of damage, and we're gonna pump a smite into that.
Yay!
Paladin
smites. But the smite slots.
Yeah, I guess I just gotta hit the divine smite button. And deal okay, so 2d8, I guess.
Are you using a first level slot or a second level slot?
Just the first level slot.
2d8.
Yep. So that's an extra 7 points of damage, poison strike.
All right. Yeah, so as it rushes past you, you swing that mace around, and as it does, it fills with that sort of that yellowish light that's just tinged a little green as it smashes into it. Again, you feel the mace sink in. Not like you're hitting a firm tree, but like almost like a soft, spongy exterior as it just cracks in, and that black goo just spreads across and flies with it as it continues to tear past you. All right, and that brings us to Durango.
And Durango continues blasting away with that loot. It's a 21 and a 26 to hit.
26, yeah, both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's 7 and 6. Hex dropped with fear, so that.
as it's rushing away from you, and headed back towards the forest where it came from. Those two bolts fly out from either side and just smash into it. You watch branches break and fall, and the creature just starts to lumber forward now, just leaving behind a trail of that blackish purple liquid. Cole.
I'm assuming this thing is too far away for me to directly attack. And 15, 20, 25, 30, I think I can get about here. 10, 15, 20, 25, sorry, about here. Can't do much. I'm just gonna hold my action again until, if it decides to turn around and, take it out on us again.
All right, Ash.
Very confused. Ash is gonna look between the tree and Durango and back again and all right. And 2 more arrows. One of them, I'm specifically gonna try to hit the purple liquid that it's oozing with one of the little fire arrows that I think is working magnificently. For 13 on that one.
All right, 21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
7 points on that.
All right.
And then this one, I'm purposely aiming at like the trail that it's leaving with the fire arrows, seeing if it does anything.
So you're not trying to hit it?
I'm not trying to hit it. I'm trying to hit that trail that it's leaving.
Okay. So you do.
And then if
It
anything
hits
happens,
the goo. It steams a little bit inside of it.
I'm not a smart person. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Tensveta.
Denzel will very quietly just slip another bolt into his hand crossbow, cock it back, steady aim as a bonus action, and fire. 17?
23 hits.
23, right, sorry. And because he had advantage, he gets the 3d6. 8, 9, 10, 11, 21 points of piercing damage as he just quietly...
Yeah, so blood still pouring out of the sides of your mouth from all the beating that you've taken just this fight, and you steady your aim and you calm your breathing as you fire that arrow into the back of the creature. It's still tearing its way back to the forest. The arrow pierces somewhere a hole that was created by one of the other the Eldritch Blasts or the mace, and you can see that there's just like beating purple core. And as you fire, the arrow just finds its way through that hole, and that core just explodes as it oozes out of the front of the mouth. As, again, insects and all sorts of creatures just begin to rush out of it, and as the tree falls forward and just once again goes lifeless. You all stand and watch as this corpse of this blighted tree just begins to rapidly decay in front of your eyes. It's just, again, all creatures and ooze just pussing from it like a thick black blood covering the ground, and this dark filth that seems to kill all other life that it touches in the area.
Can I check it out? Can I investigate that ooze that it's pumping out? Or the core, if there's anything left of it? Or are we still in initiative?
No.
Okay. What would
Go
you call
ahead
that?
and give me an investigation check.
Okay. 11.
With an 11, it just seems like sap or some sort of weird sap-like blood that's tainted with blight, like necrotic entropy, right? It's disgusting. but nothing special, I guess.
Cole's gonna go up to Ten's Veta. Start unbuckling the shield. Take the mace from around his wrist. Hey, you want these?
No, it's fine.
No, because it seems like you insist on being the fighter, the big tough guy, so here you go. You're gonna need him.
He just like rolls his eyes and starts walking back towards the winery.
Guess he doesn't want 'em.
While they're doing that, Ash runs over to Durango. And at the top of it, as loud as Ash gets with his dark, raspy voice, it's just going to scream, "Yeah, we got him! High five!"
Durango winces visibly and then pukes.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Perhaps, Mr. Ash, you could speak on my behalf to our humble hosts and explain that after saving their winery twice, I expect a decent breakfast. Clearly, whatever I have eaten has not agreed with me.
Well, friend, by the looks of my shoes right now, I'd say it's what you haven't eaten that's probably done you in.
Yes, Mr. Ash, my apologies. And Durango reaches out with a shaky hand and snaps his fingers and cleans off his boots.
Tins walks by, just blood still like going down his face a little bit.
I feel pretty good about that. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
You think it's the only one, or you think there's more coming?
If there are more, they are welcome to kill me.
Tins kind of gives like a side eye to Cole and just goes, "Yeah, me too."
I'd say that this place is probably targeted. They should probably look at hiring somebody that's not us to take care of their stuff.
Hey, JD, if I look at the staff that's on whoever's back, does it have a similar consistency to the goop that was on the ground?
It'd be on my back.
Make a nature check.
Come on, man. Give me the Arcana. Fucking 6.
I mean, the staff. So the staff on his back is again the black twisted wood is like riddled with holes, almost like worm eaten, right? And it almost has a sponge like texture to it, but it's not gooping. It's not, it's definitely not the same.
The only reason why I ask is because you mentioned that there was a bit of a sponginess, black goopiness to the tree blight itself. So I thought I'd ask.
So more, I guess, in its firmness. So two different sponge-like analogies there. I'm sorry.
Ooh, boy.
As you all turn and make your way back to the winery, the family rushes out to meet you, and the older man claps you on the back, Durango, as he starts barking for someone to get you breakfast. You shut her again as you all make your way back inside the winery, and that is where we'll take our first break. So, hey, thank you very much to our raiders out there. Glad you guys, some of you guys stuck around. For those of you that did, well, we do like to pay you for your time, and I promise we don't tell anyone that you hang out with us, as per our contract. We don't want to ruin your reputation. But to reward your diligence, a follow gets you 300 elf eggs. Elf eggs is our weird currency for this channel. And we're giving away a game tonight. The game tonight, much like Tens Veta, is fun with ragdolls. So I don't know if you want that game or not. It's we do this every stream. We give away random Steam games, as well as for 2,000, which is just about a full episode. You get an entry into a custom Dragonite dice giveaway. This month's dice are based off our Tuesday night games characters. One of them being, or at least for this month, it is our resident ice sorceress, Abraxia. So stick around, hang out. We'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, and welcome back. So as you all gather around, you eat a modest breakfast at the winery that they prepared for you in a small kitchen. The old man turns to you once again. And it is troubling what these druids are doing in these woods now. Before, they were minor inconvenience at best, annoying. But now, it seems they have access to greater powers.
You think this is your seed?
Could be. Could be.
Well, oh, this might be a hangover talking, but, would it be alright if, maybe we waited on that delivery until we get back from Miss Hill?
Yes, of course. At this rate, yeah, we will need a little more time, and I think the children will feel better if we wait.
Yeah. Would I be able to count this breakfast as a short rest?
Sure.
Yo, I will take it.
Oh.
I need it.
Well, I figure if we're gonna run there, I already spent some spell slots, but I can at least get my HP back.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about being a fighter. I get my action surge, and it's like it went back after a short rest.
Guess I'm using all of them today. Used up all of them to get all my hit points back.
Okay. Yeah, it's sort of during breakfast and sort of like just looking down at the table, tired, hungover. Alright, where's this hill?
And he points up at the horizon beyond that tree line. And you follow his finger along this small dirt path that leads through the forest. You can see the hill cresting up through the mist. It is a little to the south. We typically leave the druids to their practices up there. We avoid it where possible. The devil also frequents it.
Of course he
Stands
does.
atop it on that creature of his, surveying his land.
What do you mean, a creature of
Is he
his?
You could call it the horse, but it is some sort of demonic monstrosity straight from hell itself.
Are you speaking like a metaphorical devil, or like the actual devil?
Like a horse of black and fire. We see him ride it past.
All right, well,
During the course of the conversation, how are you doing, Ranga? You holding in there? How's your head?
I must admit, Sir Cole, that this breakfast has done me some good. But I am still not as well as I could be with a proper night's rest. And you? It appeared that you got a good taste of that tree at least once.
I'm alright. I don't have much more power to expend, but I don't think I'm too seriously hurt.
You must simply make sure you stay next to the great Durango Fortescue, my friend, for what comes next. Speaking of which, my new friends, and Durango turns to the patron of the winery. You have expressed before that you are not well equipped to reward us with gold or riches for our services.
Correct. Again, it has been a poor harvest this year, and with all the trouble, we are just. I'm afraid we don't have much to offer.
Then perhaps this calls for some of Durango's legendary creativity and negotiation. This batch of wine that we have saved from destruction, you shall label Fortescue's finest.
Hmm. He turns to the son, who just sort of shrugs. I actually think I may have something else in mind. Give me a moment. Are you... I know it is early, but are you one to shy away from a bit of the hair of the dog, as they say?
My friend, at this point, I think I would take a bite straight from the dog.
Well, this could be good. And he disappears, and he comes back with a small bottle. He pours a little bit around for each of you. This is a newer brew. We were working on this. The grape harvest is struggling this year. It is made from potato. As this like clear liquid. But it is it's got a kick to it. He hands it over to you.
Potato. This is a root from the ground, yes?
Yes, you would not expect it to be to produce such a yield, but I promise you it is interesting.
There is nothing that the great Durango Fortescue is afraid to sample. And yeah, he reaches out and grabs a little glass, gives it a curious sniff.
Yeah, that immediate alcohol hits your nostrils, right? They're very potent.
Inwardly wincing, but not displaying it at the smell of strong liquor after a night of drink, Durango steals himself and downs it. Tries to make it look like it's not a problem for him.
Yeah, although it burns, it is relatively smooth, and there are hints of there are hints of a sweetness and but also some other notes, whether fruit or something that's mixed with it, but it is strong and it goes down well.
My friend, this is most impressive, especially considering it comes from this potato you speak of.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we refer to it as vodka.
Sir Cole, you must sample.
Sort of holding the stomach a bit. Alright. And throws it back and
He
Well,
like expectantly like stares at you.
I come from a potato.
Yes, I know, hard to believe, but yeah, quite a yield. It grows in almost any weather.
This is lantern fluid, you know that.
It's good. Have multi-purpose.
At that, Tens grabs his and snaps it down. You can see a little bit of a green curling around at the corner of his ear as he does.
Ash will take the shot. Wow.
Bitch.
Oh, good, he's back.
I don't think I'd say it. That is, yes, that's something. Maybe it's a sudden flush from my cheeks I'm feeling, but I actually think I know how we could, a payment that we might, be able to agree on.
Well, I was thinking of bringing this as well, as the wine shortage seems to have delayed things. I was going to send the barrel to the Blue Water, but I would be more than happy to put your name upon this. The great Durango Fortescue's finest visit vodka.
I must agree that this is a beverage most worthy of the name, no? And Durango looks to his companions.
Oh, so it's suiting. A bit of fire.
And what better way to let the people of the land know that we bring joy and freedom?
Could we have a couple bottles for the road while we go up this hill, just in case things
Yes,
go wrong?
Yes, of course.
And should we return, I think I'm just gonna go out and say it. We want to talk to your Raven people.
What do you mean?
There's no way that we're following the massive flock that we did on the way here. To keep us.
And you were thinking about your niece, who we've heard is in on it as well, so you were thinking of her yesterday after I asked the question. Potentially sending out a message to her.
What would you want with these keepers?
We leave in Barovia. And we need help. And we realize that path might take us up against Strahd himself.
This is dangerous language. But one we are not unfamiliar with.
Could be mutually beneficial.
Let me send the message. I will see what I can do upon your return.
Hey, just think. Take care of your problem, you get Fortescue's finest. A lot farther than 2 or 3 villages.
It is one thing to talk of leaving Barovia, but Barovia itself is a cursed land. It is a part of Strahd. I don't know that there is escape for us. But for you, maybe. For you, perhaps. Perhaps there is a way. Perhaps there is a way to free the land from its curse. But I will tell you, there are many forces that have worked against the devil Strahd throughout the centuries in this valley. Many have been crushed, some have been tainted. Some wish to see him brought here. The Order. Silver Dragons, yes. You've heard this?
Yeah, we heard of him.
Once upon a time, stalwart defenders. Now, nothing better than prison guards. steered by an unending malevolence and vindictiveness. That is what happens to all who face him. Even in victory, you find defeat. So this task you undertake, I will tell you, is a bold one, but not one that, again, we are unfamiliar with. They will tell you to walk this path carefully and choose your friends wisely. There are secrets strewn about this land.
Well, I would tend to agree with everything you've said so far. I've found it true, even more true, that the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
This is a
And
wise saying.
one of these days, well, maybe not.
Well, like I said, let me see what I can do about the keepers, and good luck. You see, with that, he pulls out and slams 2 of the bottles down on the table.
Tin slowly reaches and grabs one, slips it into his pouches.
Yep. Durango takes the other, making a little bow of thanks before it's kind of like seems to disappear up one of his sleeves, like just secrets it away on his person.
Guess we, Cal gets up and brushes off and, cleans his mouth and heads outside and just out the door and faces south.
Tins follows, and after they get out of earshot of the winery, he kind of looks over his shoulder behind everybody for a moment and kind of looks at the winery for a bit. And then he catches up and he just says, Fortescue's finest, eh?
Do you not approve, Mr. Tens? Durango at this point is looking at himself in a reflection of a window, getting himself put together, cleaning himself with prestidigitation,
Actually,
kind of half paying attention.
I think it's very fitting, especially for this small troop that you've gathered, don't you?
I think that it has a certain ring to it, this name. Would you not agree? And as he's talking, he's now giving Tens the same going over.
Stop. Thanks. Yeah,
Fortescue's finest.
he does tend to be the front man.
Always has.
It helps to love what you do, I suppose you could say. And he's at this point giving Cole the same treatment, taking extra care with his armor, making sure it gleams, getting his shield really shiny.
Ash, thoughts?
Whatever keeps me out of the limelight. Ash is snapping himself before Durango can do it.
It's kind of my thought too. I'm shiny enough as is.
Well, trust me, if there's a limelight to be had, Durango will never shy from it.
But do not worry, my friends. I myself am shiny enough that I can share that light. And this is why presentation is most important, and this will simply never do. And he continues to fuss over the pair of them.
The green disappears. He's full winter again.
Just give him a shot.
I don't want it.
I'm just happy that I picked that up from him. I don't gotta worry about it.
Maybe one of these days I'll figure it out myself.
Hey, can't do much magic, but this is pretty neat.
Lead the way, please.
All right.
So you make your way, moving up that sloping path through the woods towards the hill that just seems to peek out of that mist that surrounds the valley. The further west you seem to go, the thicker the fog gets in the forest beyond. The trail through the thick woods leads to a hill. Large, but still rounded, covered with dead grass. All along in circles, concentric circles, like around the hill itself, these cairns, this black rock, stacked ceremoniously. Up above, dark, ominous clouds sort of gather. A single bolt of lightning strikes the top of the hill. And as it does, through the shadows, you can see this gnarled, almost black tree standing at the top, several hundred feet away. To the west of the hill, the land, the woods, the sky vanish behind what is very clearly now a towering wall of fog.
Yeah.
10 sends out a telepathic message of reminds me of bad parts of home. Be wary.
Well, do we want to fan out, or do we just want to hold hands and walk right up to it?
How big around is this thing? Like,
So
pretty big?
judging by what you can see, I mean, realistically, like big around is the hill.
I don't need it like just big or small. Like,
Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, it's big. I mean, you're talking, like a mile from one end to the other.
I was gonna say these are 50-foot squares.
oh
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. I don't know if that's the best idea, friend. I think we might spread ourselves too thin that way. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying like. I'm just saying we can like spread out and go up the same general. I'm not saying like we gotta come from each side.
Well, my friends, you were simply pointing out before how Durango takes the attention so well. Perhaps you should let him take the lead on this.
Funnily enough, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
I've seen you do this thing. I saw you do it yesterday to Cole. Do you think you can make me less noticeable before we do? Not you, him.
Less noticeable, my friend?
Potentially even invisible.
I'm the one able to do that, friend.
You do the invisibility? I could have sworn it was the other one. You said you were tired of breakfast. Never mind.
No, come here. And I'm just gonna go over, and you kind of see the tips of Cole's fingers start to fade out as he places his hand on Tenz's shoulder, and it kind of washes out from his fingertips across Tenz, and I cast invisibility. I think maybe you trail Rango.
Yeah. That's kind of my thought.
But I'm hoping that whoever can be found up there, perhaps I can hold their attention while the rest of you get to a more fortuitous, advantageous position.
Cole, give him the staff. If this is the same druids that we're dealing with, the same circle of druids, perhaps they'll respect the staff a little bit more as well. Just a thought.
Mr. Tens, have you been inside of my head again? Durango spins quickly on his heel, doing a 360. And as he turns to face the group again, he looks like one of the druids they fought the previous day.
Unintentional, but I'll take it.
Fakuri, my friend.
Yeah, I hand over the staff.
Yeah, he's already holding out his hand expectantly towards Cole with a haughty air about him, kind of the same way that those druids were holding themselves the previous day.
Yeah, hand it over and just say, I think you should hang on to that anyway.
Can you do the accent of the land? Have you garnered it yet?
Well, to be perfectly honest, Mr. Tens, I'm hoping that I can do this without having to speak a single word. Come, follow.
I look at Ash.
Ash.
And, oh, go ahead.
No, you're not comfortable with it. Never mind.
What? Alright, I was just thinking me and Ash should sort of be not too far away, yeah? Can't be invisible, but...
It would be best to be within a bow shot, Mr. Ash, perhaps?
You got it.
Please do not confuse me for one of these druids when you are drawing your string.
As long as you're singing, I can't mess it up.
But also just refrain from hitting the one with the black staff.
I'm not gonna hit anybody again, I promise.
Well,
is there anybody standing behind Ash? Because he's definitely got his fingers crossed behind his back right now.
No, but as all of you begin to make your way, the tree line breaks and the hill begins to climb up before you. You see the path split, and it seems to run in circles around the hill, following those cairns, these piles of this black, almost slimy rock. It kind of shimmers in the light of this early morning day. Cole, somewhere in the back of your mind, as you're walking through Invisible, you can't help but feel like something is watching you. Even through your invisibility, you dart your eyes.
Tens is the one that's invisible. I'm fully visible.
Oh, Tens is visible. Sorry. Okay. Well, either way, you still feel as if you're being watched, right? Your eyes dart from the trees to the top of the hill. You don't see anything.
Detect thoughts. It's only a 30-foot radius, though. So.
Yep. No, you see your friends, and you feel the anxiety in Cole. But Cole, in the back of your mind, there's a bit of a tingle. Oh, I smell it. I smell blood on you. So long have I waited for someone worthy. My spear hungers for blood. Find it. Rule these mountains in my stead, just like the mighty warriors from the early days of the Whispering Wall.
You what?
Ash turns around. Shh.
Sorry.
Does it say telepathic message to Ash for saying shit? It was just shh.
Confused. But yeah, Cole is gonna keep an eye out for anything that. Jeez, yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna scroll that away, but kind of just like You know when you like you buy a new car, you see everyone else driving that car now. You just kind of keep an eye out for like staves and anything that kind of resembles anything like that, a spear or javelin like.
And as all of you begin to make your way, I'm just guessing up the hill. I mean, what is your plan here?
Benz is following
Mm-hmm.
Durango.
Yeah, I think Durango's out in front actually this time around.
In full-on druid disguise.
Okay.
I would probably take a left here and just keep low next to these cairns or whatever and use them as cover and kind of just like keep them within earshot so I can still hear.
Yeah, just keep in mind that the distance is beguiling here on the map, right?
Right?
Every one of these is 50 feet,
Oh,
so
shiza.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I'd
yeah,
follow them up to the top then and then just stick on the other side of this stone wall, I guess.
yeah, I think I'd probably wait at the sort of at the entrance, yeah, down and low a bit.
So as you start to crest to the top of the hill, there is a wide ring of these black boulders and smaller rocks, right, that are collectively form a makeshift wall, enclosing a field of dead grass. From that storm cloud up above, lightning strikes again at the edge of the ring and illuminates that ghastly 50-foot tall statue, made of tightly woven twigs and packed with black earth. It seems to resemble a towering cloaked man with fangs.
He's gonna send a telepathic message to Cole. Just say, I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna burn it.
He just thinks back. Well, just thinks he doesn't know how any of this works.
He can't receive messages back anyway.
Okay.
He's just warning him.
Good.
And as he gets up closer to the statue, he's gonna. Can I check the statue out at all? Can I see if there's any sort of implements here from a ritual from last night potentially?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see what looks like remnants of burnt material and just twigs and vines and everything. And even then, you can see like these roots that are grown up out of the ground that are supporting the statue itself, and then buried. And your eye catches it immediately as it glints in the sunlight. In the heart of that wooden effigy is this magic gem. Well, stone. Glows with a soft green light.
Do I think that burning the statue down would hurt the gem?
Make an Arcana check.
19.
19. With a 19, you can't be certain. So you don't know what the gem is made of. Most fire doesn't really wouldn't damage a stone, and magical could be protected, but at the same time, it could be the magic might not be the stone itself. It could be something on the stone, and the fire might damage that. So it's difficult to say. You just know there's a lot of factors. With a 19, you know that there's too many unknowns to know for certain.
Then, how far up is it?
It's not far. It's a little climb up the statue, because the statue is about 30 feet tall.
Okay.
However, something else quickly as you're sort of surveying the scene catches your eye. All along the rim, around those boulders, you see what looks like kind of covered graves.
He's going to mentally send that back to Durango and just be like, let them know, stop. There's a lot more going on up here than initially anticipated. Do we feel like being grave robbers today?
Can we respond, or can I respond to that
Nope.
telepathy, or is that just one way?
Nope. He'll that's valid. He'll slowly make his way over with that message after he sends that message, and he just says, "Talk to the others about it. I'll be there. I'll be there shortly."
Durango tries to mask a little bit of infernal speech, like a coughing fit, as he passes that on to Cole.
I ain't never said nothing about grave robbing.
Yeah, I don't know.
What would Ten say?
At that point, Tens arrives because it's only 60 feet that I can send the telepathic messages. And he just kind of like, he just stops and speaks out loud quietly and just goes, there's graves all around the interior of the ring, and the seed is in the middle of an effigy of one of your vampires. I don't know if the stone will make it if I burn the place. There's too many unknowns. And I'll be frank, I'm quite nervous about it. I could potentially make my way up, cut it out with some of my woodcarver's tools. I do have a crowbar still, but if I mess with it, I don't know if those graves. I don't know what that will do to the graves.
Probably something. But that's sort of why we're here, right? Is for that thing.
I guess so. And he just you no longer hear from him as he starts making his way back to the thing.
Hello. Tens.
No, I'm Ash. What?
Fucking. I don't know why I keep pumping spells on this elf. Now he's invisible. I just made him invisible. Why would I make him invisible?
That's a good question. I don't know.
And I'm going to pull out two pythons, however you say the word, and I'm gonna like use them as climbing hooks to go up the effigy to the stone.
The climb is relatively easy, and you actually the pitons, while they help, are a little unnecessary. It's pretty easy to climb the twigs and vines that are placed, and as you climb up to the stone, still invisible at this point, you manage to see it peeking out of the center of the chest of this statue. If you want to pull it out, go ahead and make a strength. Or just honestly, just a D20.
Just a D20.
Mm-hmm.
$19.
Yeah.
He reaches
so you managed
in.
To get in. You managed to pull it out quietly, still invisible, right? And as you pull the gem out, you stare at it as it emits this. It's warm to the touch, and it's got this soft green glow. You have the gem.
I'm gonna pocket it, making it invisible because I'm invisible and all my stuff is invisible. And I'm gonna spider monkey my way back down.
Right. As you turn and look towards your allies, almost with a face filled with glee over what you've just achieved, you realize they can't see you.
Mm-hmm.
But what you see is you see those graves. But they're not. They're like graves, but now from this vantage point, they're not. And you see as one of them suddenly the covering, this cover of dead grass and twigs that lines what looks like this grave just gets pushed aside. And out of the grave rises one of those druids. Wild-eyed, frizzied-haired, looking up at the statue in a panic suddenly, and then turning to the rest. And you watch as one after another these figures rise. They pop out, and they stare at the statue, and they stare at you, Fortescue. They start shouting in a language you've never heard before. Well, you've heard it before. You heard it back at the winery.
Durango contorts his face into a look of rage, holds up the stick, that moldy stick like a baton, and points authoritatively, just yelling towards the south, like he's saying, like, they went that way, you know, using that staff as like a symbol of authority.
As they look at the other two, I guess make an intimidation check.
It's 23.
23. So they look at you and they see the staff and they go wide-eyed again, and their eyes narrow as they look at Cole and Ash behind you. You see several of them start to bark in that Sylvan tongue.
Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
Can I pop open that bottle of vodka and start pouring it at the feet of the statue? Quietly?
Okay. So as you start pouring open the vodka at the feet of the statue, climbing down, the rest of you sort of huddling together now. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm
gonna die again.
Please don't. I've got one more spell to heal you with.
I know.
Natural 20 on initiative, by the way. Bitches.
What did I get? I got 21. Nice.
God, there's so many of them. There's just so many of them.
So is Cole and Ash in particular, you're watching as this is unfolding, right? These figures just suddenly rise, just covered in this just filth, this thick bluish gray clay, wild-eyed, mountainous-looking folk as they rise from the ground and begin yelling in a language you've never heard or that's unknown to you. They look at you. Durango begins to just point aggressively towards the two of you with the stick.
I'm gonna.
Ash.
So, is this map geographically correct? Like north is north, south is south, or yep, right
correct.
There,
yep.
Okay, there's the thing I missed earlier. I'm gonna look at this is dumb, but seeing Durango pointing the staff and aggressively screaming in that direction, I'm gonna scream out loud back in just another aggressive tone, and I'm gonna move as I charge forward. Like I am following his commands as I ready an arrow, and I'm gonna hold my action. And if anybody does anything aggressive, they're gonna catch a couple arrows.
So what are you classifying as aggressive?
If they make any sort of attack against any of my comrades,
Okay. Just remember, for the sake of this, just very quickly, we will just call everything 5 feet right now. Okay.
All right.
And where we're at, just the sake
Sure.
of doing it.
Sure.
As we zoom in here. Yep. So, one of the druids goes over and she taps one of these larger, in one of the larger male versions, and he just pulls out this giant two-handed axe. And she touches him on the shoulder, and you can see that this energy just sort of swells in his legs.
Oh no, I know the spell. Power legs. We're screwed.
Power. Screwed.
Spell's called Leg Day.
Very funny. Very funny.
I'm terrified. You're fine. I'm just trying to pretend I'm not.
Seeing you pull your bow out and sort of ready it in position, one of the other individuals pulls out another two-handed axe and just starts rushing towards you, Jay. So why don't you go ahead and make your attacks against this guy?
Yeah. That's a disadvantage, right? Because it's ranged. That's a 10 for the first one.
10 misses.
19.
19 hits. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, so as he begins to get charged, you're nervous. You don't know what he's getting. He's closing in, but he's got this big, hideous-looking two-handed axe, and he's just a ferocious-looking figure, just moving towards you. Finally, you panic. The first shot goes to his feet as a warning. The second one, he just keeps approaching. You fire, and this one lands. Takes 11 points of damage.
Sorry, I tried.
Great. But with that, he is going to attack you.
Come on, little 14.
And that's going to be reckless.
Ooh, a barb.
Ooh,
Wow, that's 12.
that misses.
Yeah. So with this again, just taking the arrow full stride, he just rage fills in his eyes. He just takes this wide, massive swing with the axe, and you manage to duck underneath the blow as you begin to re-knock your arrows. All right, Cole.
So, I don't like the look of that guy right there. Yeah, I'm gonna move to right next to Rango, and just sort of square up and size him up a bit. Yeah. All right, and club him up top of the head. That sucks. That's 11 to hit.
11 misses.
All right.
As you go in for that swing, you step forward with your shield, and you go in for that swing, and then he just parries it quickly with this big axe.
Yep. And extra attack. And with that parry, I'm going to sort of ride the momentum around and try to come at him again. $15.
15 hits.
Oh, all right. Good. Is it too late to enable my poison strike? Spend my
Nope.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna spend my channel divinity to.
Does it have to be on your first attack? I think it has to be your first successful hit, right?
As a bonus action.
No, yeah, that's fine. Yep.
All right, so could I? Yeah, I did that roughly out of order, but can I bonus action poison attack now before they hit, or do I have to hit now that I've already? Okay. Yeah, so I'll cast it, and then this time the whole head of the Morning Star is going to start thrumming with this green sort of light. And, okay. So it's 9 damage on the hit, and then I can do 2d10 poison damage, plus my paladin level, which is 5. That's another 10 points this time poison damage, not piercing.
Yeah, so that's you ride the momentum of the second wave, your mace begins to glow with that greenish yellow energy. It just cracks into the side of the this berserker.
That's everything.
All right. The great Durango Fortescue.
Still wearing his disguise, Durango's going to take a couple steps back from, potential bloodshed. Not wanting to get any on his clothes. And, he's going to start blasting the one that's attacking Cole. That's a 14 and a 16 to hit.
Both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's 13 and
Another 13.
another 13.
Yeah, nice. So it's both of those bolts of Eldritch energy just fire out. They slam into him. You can see he's still reeling from the strike, right? That poison from the poison strike just sort of coursing through his veins as your 2 Eldritch blasts just slam into him.
And that's my turn.
Right. This one's going to move forward, Jay. He's going to attack you again, Reckless. It's a 14.
Yeah, hits. Just hits.
All right, you take 11 points of slashing damage as this massive figure comes up with this giant metal axe and just crashes it down on top of you.
Ow. Ow.
Tensveta, still invisible.
Do I think that it is sufficiently lubricated with alcohol to light it with my tinderbox?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'll take my action and I'll just very quickly light that light the effigy up in flame. I have a few options for bonus actions. The question is, what do I want to do?
Yeah, so as you light that effigy and it just bursts into flame, that dried wood just immediately catching fire, and you can see several of the druids turn and begin screaming as that effigy starts to burn.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna yell a threat in my best imitation of Strahd. I'm just gonna be like, "You have failed me. You did not take out the blah 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 blah. Take out the winery as I said to. Suffer at my hand." And then that'll be my turn. I can't do the accent you want me to do, so I'm not
You
gonna
went
try.
full on Schwarzenegger.
No, I did. But Tense can mimic accents perfect. So
Make a deception check.
can I have advantage since I'm invisible and
Nope.
damn. 7.
Yeah, it's hard because your voice is almost getting lost in the screaming and shouting as they are watching this statue burn.
All right. Well, I'm not going to use a bonus action on that nonsense. That's my turn.
All right, this one next to you, Cole, is going to swing at you with that axe. That's what I'm talking about. That's a 23.
In my defense, I haven't heard Strahd in multiple episodes.
It's 9 points of slashing damage, Cole. Next up, we got this one. She's going to walk up behind him. And you watch as the one in front of you, Cole, just his skin just begins to twist and form into this like bark-like consistency. As it just like hardens all around him. The one that had the empowered legs, you see now, he just leaps. And just leaps over this like he doesn't leap over the statue, but just around, but over the wall, and just begins darting past. He almost bowls you over, Tens, as he rushes in at Ash. It's a 19, which hits you.
That'll hit. Ooh.
Oh, there we go. 13 points of slashing damage. As this one just sort of bounds and then jumps high in the air and crashes down again with this massive two-hander.
That height.
This one is just going to hit you with their quarterstaff. It's an 18.
Yep. Remember when before I charged in, I was like, this might be dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let's need to see. Yep. So you take another 8 points of bludgeoning damage. As you begin to get surrounded now on all sides, these figures just rushing in and attacking you from every which way. You're just trying to dodge and defend off with your bow the best you can. Ash.
After taking a few hits, Ash drops the bow, and is gonna lash out. Does this druid stand next to me look reminiscent of the ones from the winery?
Yeah, I mean they all look pretty similar, sure.
Okay. In that case, Ash is gonna be fully remember what happened at the winery, get real mad and attack the one on his that's to the left of him, with 2 short sword attacks. 11?
11 hits.
Okay.
Oh.
For 8 damage. And then another one for another 11.
Still hits.
For 7 more damage. And as a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and use my second wind. For 15.
There you go. Nice. So
Very nice.
So gritting your teeth, your eyes start to turn that milky white for a second as you spin on your heels. You can feel the blood and the adrenaline coursing through your vein. You just drop the bow, draw your sword, and just start lashing at this druid who's just doing everything she can to try to defend now at this sudden burst of ferocity.
Yeah, I ain't going anywhere. That'll ready the short sword for the next round of beatings. Feel like that old guy from The Simpsons. That's a paddling.
All right, Cole, and then from the side you can see around the flaming effigy of this small burst of fire just comes blasting towards you, but just in time you managed to pull the shield up, deflect it off. This off of you. You need. Anyways, all right, and with that, it is this berserker is going to attack you again. Ash, that is a natural 20.
I'm going to impose disadvantage with my reaction.
Does the player need to be next to you, or does the attacker need to be next to you?
I think it's the player within 5 feet of me.
Okay. Okay, so with disadvantage, it'd be an 18.
Yeah, that still hits, but at least it's not in that 20.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's 14 points of slashing damage. Yeah, as this big strike comes down, you're focused on the druid. You almost don't even see it before Cole just shouts something to you, and you turn just in time to not completely lose your head as this giant axe comes slamming down.
Thanks, the hell you want?
Get out of there!
Cole.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether we should run away there, but I'm just gonna keep attacking for now. Yeah, I'm going, Thor style with this. I'm sort of winging around like a I don't know, like a helicopter
Mjolnir?
in South Carolina.
South Carolina. Stupid.
17 to hit.
17 hits.
All right.
Roll your attack one more time. It was a reckless attack, so you have advantage.
All right. Still 17 to hit, yeah. And it's 11 damage on that.
All right.
And extra attack. And again, just still spinning, and I'm sort of like crossing in front of me and all this. Showing off, trying to be intimidating to the barbarian. Is that still advantage, or is it just the first attack?
Yeah, no, you still have advantage.
Very nice. And it's a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
And another 11 points of damage.
Yeah, so another 11 points as you whirl around again. This massive, this first swing missed, and still using the momentum. You go in for one strike right to the ribs. Boom! And he lurches forward, and as he does, you this massive uppercut that just catches him under the chin as that mace cracks against his skull, and he just flies backwards, collapsing on the ground. Yeah.
And I'll look past him now, the woman behind him, and just give her like his menacing smile.
She spits. Durango.
Seeing Ash being dissected by a small party of berserkers, Durango's going to do his best to assist. He plays a fast tune, stomps a couple times towards the end of it, and the air right behind those berserkers explodes. Tenveda is still invisible. Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, bud.
That's all good. I failed.
That's a con save from the three of them.
All right. 2 successes, 1 failure. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. So let's cast it level 3. So that is 48.
You can't knock me entirely out. But you can sure fucking
Oh,
try.
Oh, man, but you
Jesus.
can get real close.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Oh, Tensveda's gonna perm.
Jesus.
Stay
I've
invisible,
got
man.
uncanny dodge, but that's an attack roll.
Yeah, so as that last stomp, the air begins to shimmer, and Tens, you've seen this before, and you just can't react quick enough in your current state because of the fire blazing next to you as the statue is burning, and you try to duck for cover, and it just like explodes in this loud crack that just reverberates through your skull. Blood starts to pour from your ears. You can see the barbarians too do the same thing. 2 of them manage to shake it off. One stumbles a little bit, grabbing his head.
That is Durango's turn.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, jeez.
Owie.
All right.
I have a
Ouch,
really
cut
dumb
nipples.
idea though, so
Reckless. All right, that is a 23 to hit you, Ash.
Yep. I keep them coming.
All right, 12 points of slashing damage.
Oof.
And 10 Sveta.
okay, so let's talk about the statue for a second. How tall is it?
30 feet.
Okay. Do you think I could knock it down with a swift, like, with it burning and my knowledge of woodworker's tools? Do you think I could potentially take it out low enough at an angle to crush these 3 berserkers in front of Ash while it's on fire?
I mean, you could try anything.
It would have been within range of that shatter spell I just cast. If we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
All right. Well, he'll step here. He's still invisible. And he's gonna pull out his hammer because he has a woodworking, like a hammer for woodworking, and he's gonna do everything he can to just knock that knee out from underneath that massive statue to crush the 3 berserkers as he just like telepathically tells Ash to get ready. I don't know what to roll for that though.
Considering using the woodworking tools, I'm going to give me dexterity
Okay.
with advantage.
Okay.
But, and I know you're low, you're going to take 5 points of fire damage.
Deal. I'll take it.
Alright.
Dex, just a dex check.
Yep.
With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Do I add my proficiency bonus?
Sure.
3 advantage. Natural fucking 20.
Oh, let's go, boys.
Nice. Well done.
Nice. So you, despite the fire, it's burning and the tools are hot in your hand. You can feel it, but despite it, you're looking back at Ash, getting overwhelmed, and you just start cutting into the legs on this. And you watch with the fire crackling around it, the statue begins to crumble and lean forward in the direction you're looking for. With one good shove, you manage to break one of the roots that's holding it in place as it just begins to lean and fall forward. So we'll say 30 feet. We're gonna go. It's not the one I wanted.
I'm doing my best to go like this.
Yeah.
So like,
So crazy, it just might work.
not quite.
Go ahead and roll 2d10
Okay.
and let's say 3d10 and yeah, let's just call it there.
20 points.
Hold on, just trying to manufacture this on the fly.
Might be the coolest thing I've ever done.
No, this is pretty good. This is pretty good.
Unfortunately, you're invisible, and Durango just cast that shatter spell. He's never gonna believe that was you.
I know. He's just gonna think it's him.
Right?
He's gonna
Would
reappear
Shatter
bloody.
have disabled the invisibility?
No,
No, it's not when
because
you
you're
receive
the
damage.
one. You're the one holding concentration on it. So
Right.
if you're taking damage, you should be taking concentration checks.
I did take some damage. I forgot. I was thinking that you were gonna have to roll the concentration, but it's not. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and roll that.
I'll get it on the next one.
Okay.
All right, so yes, that statue falls and collapses. You watch two of the berserkers dodge quickly, seeing it fall out of the way. One of them still gets caught as it is raining sticks and fire just fall on him. That druid in the back just gets absolutely crushed as it falls forward. This massive burning pile of branches.
What's left of the vampire mouth just engulfs around it. Is that just my action, or is that gonna be my full turn?
I will call it your. I'm gonna call it your action, sure.
Okay.
If you want to use a
Then-
bonus.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to get the fuck out of here and teleport.
Finally,
And then I'm gonna teleport out
you
here.
asshole.
And that doesn't break. Would that break my invisibility?
I think we
It's not a
technically
spell.
consider this a magical effect, even though it's not a spell.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say yes.
All right, cool. And he just appears out in the field in front of you, for Durango holding a hammer and his crossbow in the other hand, just bleeding, burnt to shit. He's like,
All right, this one is going to cast everyone's favorite.
I should have gone further.
Definitely. Everyone's favorite spell, Entangle.
No, damn it.
I need everybody to make a strength saving throw.
16.
Everybody?
Oh, not you, Durango. I'm sorry.
7.
12. Oh, I beat it.
Oh.
7.
I did like day.
Yep, and good. So, yeah, the rest of you, you see those vines that you fought before at the winery just start to burst forth out of the ground and begin to wrap around your legs in that area. Two of you familiar with it start to jump away and slash at them with your weapons. Cole, you can't get away quick enough. They wrap around you again, and you are stuck in place.
Trying to hug at it.
Seeing that, this berserker's going to move forward, and he is going to reckless on you, Cole. It's a 19.
Yeah, because I don't have Shield of Faith up. So yeah, that hits.
Yeah, so rushing in, he sees that you get those roots and those vines grab at your legs. And seeing you standing still, he rushes in with that axe, slams it into you. Take 9 more points of slashing damage.
Yeah, -3, so that's 6.
Yep, make your concentration check.
Well, is the invisibility on Tens
Oh,
is
it's
already
off
gone.
anyways. Yep,
so,
you're right.
Yep.
Yep. And with that, Ash, you are up.
Well. Let's see if there's anything. Well, here we go. And I'm gonna take two sword attacks at the guy in front of me.
With
21.
advantage.
With advantage.
So roll, yep.
I'll just roll another one quick.
Oh, I'm so nervous for this fight.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, 25 hits. Go ahead and roll.
For 6 points of damage. Doing the second one. Is that one at advantage too? Oh,
Yep.
I already rolled it. That's going to be a 22.
It would have been another natural one for you if you didn't have advantage.
Yeah. Try not to think about it. For 5 points of damage. Bonus action.
Yep.
Action
So-
surge.
Yeah. So with that second strike, right, and he came in wide, and each strike he leaves himself way open. And it's just, so you see the easy gaps, and you just go in for one strike and then spin around with the other, and just cut him right open. He just falls and collapses on the ground. Immediately you turn and spin on another one. Action surge.
Yes. And I'm gonna take that other one off that's not attacking Cole.
Yep.
Is this one at advantage?
Yep.
I don't know if it's got reckless or not. So let's go.
Oh, I went. If I got reckless, I use it.
14.
14 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Like a proper barbarian.
7 points for the first one. And 25 for the second one. For 6 more. So 7 and 6.
Right. Yeah, 2 more strikes to just go with your sword again, finding those gaps and easily spinning and taking advantage of them.
Yep. That's my turn. Hope it helped.
So this druid's going to rush around the circle as she does. Tens. She runs around the corner, and you can see now she begins to push her hand out, and that energy starts to gather around. You've seen this before, and as she slides in between you and Cole, she claps her hands together.
I can't survive it. I've got 2 hit points. So,
So I need, Constitution saving throws.
Say goodnight.
From Cole and Tense.
yeah. Tense is up.
15.
Oh, cool. The apparently Forge doesn't want you to die.
The D&D gods have spoken.
All right, it's 11 points of thunder damage again as you watch. Tens's body is just launched into the air.
Rough episode
Push
for
back.
Tens, man.
Yeah, pushed back 10 feet as it just cascades down the hill. Cole, you also no, you succeeded, right?
Yep. So that's 5.
Yeah, you got it.
Come on, man.
All
I
right,
dropped a
and
statue.
Cole. Yep, Cole, you're
It
up.
helped.
I'm gonna watch Tenz's body go flying and oh, not again. And yeah, I gotta get out of this barbarian or Ash is gonna die here too. Yeah, advantage, he's still reckless.
Yes, sir. Yep.
22.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
10 points of damage to him.
10 points of damage as that first mace cracks against the scandies. You can see he just grabs onto you.
He's still holding on, eh? Not for much longer. Ah, 13.
13 just hits.
Oh, thank the fucking Lawfender. Raven Queen, I know who I'm worshipping anymore. It's another 10 points of damage.
Another 10 points. Yeah, another big strike, and he grits his teeth again. He's like breathing heavily, but he's still up.
Wow, alright. Yeah, that's it.
Durango.
Seeing that this druid just kind of appeared in front of him, Durango is going to drop a hex on her. We're going to go with wisdom, and he is going to start blasting.
So anyways,
I've been waiting for that joke to be made.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Can I offer you an
Also
egg in this
appropriate.
trying time?
That's a 25 and a 19 to hit.
yeah, both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's a 10. Plus 12, plus 2d6 from the hex.
Nice.
Yeah, as those two bolts go flying out, the first one hits her square in the middle and it almost takes her off her feet for a second. The second one smashes directly into her head, and you watch it just collapse as it crumbles to the ground.
It's Durango's turn.
All right. This berserker is going to attack you, Cole.
Been an honor, gentlemen.
Even with advantage, that's a 10.
Yes,
I think you're looking at the wrong berserker. That's for Ash.
Which one?
Cole.
The one that's highlighted would
It's
be
going for
attacking
Ash.
me.
Did you mean to say?
Okay.
Did you mean to say Ash?
I don't think so. Nothing's highlighted on my screen, so I guess that's.
This one.
Yeah, that's the
It
one to
seems
the
to-
right of Ash.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Yep. Sure. Ash then.
Okay, it misses.
10s.
Wait,
Death
a
saving throw.
save. Ooh, it flirted with that too. It flirted with the 2.
I mean, at least you're rolling good for the death saves.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been rolling well most of the night. It's just that
You just
Bad
keep
things
getting
happen.
putting yourself in the worst situations.
hey, I did the right thing here.
No, this I think this was that was
I would not be standing right now.
Yeah,
if
no,
hadn't
you needed to do
taken
that.
out that other druid.
It's a 23 to hit you, Cole.
yeah, sure.
Jesus.
Yep. So as this like fire wells in the druid's hand, they launch it out at you, and it just bursts around your shield, and you can feel it start to singe against the edges of your armor and your clothes. All right,
Hey.
this one now.
Rango, just put me up too.
That's 17.
No, sir.
Yep. So another big strike with that axe, and even though you're still planted in the ground, those roots wrap tightly around your legs. You just deflect it with your shield.
I'm sort of using them as leverage, you know.
Ash.
Anyway, so I started slashing. 19
hits.
for 9 points of damage. We taking another one for 17 points of damage. Or 17 to hit, not points of damage.
17. Yeah, I was gonna say 17 hits.
Six points of damage.
It'd be great if you did that kind of damage.
I wish. I'm not even with my preferred weapon. Why does this always keep happening?
You're doing better with it than your bow and arrow.
Only because I have advantage. You see how many ones rolled up here?
Goal.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being tied up. Let's take this mess out and be done with it. And yeah, I kind of push my weight into the barbarian and like grab him and bash him quick in the I don't know, the chest. Somewhere. 19 to hit.
Cave in that solar plexus.
Yeah, 19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
6 on that one. He's still
He's still up.
circus, man. Okay. Again. It's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Normal. That's 5 damage.
Still up.
Bastard.
He's just he's just barely holding on after the fight. The two of you just locked.
You guys see.
Why won't you lie down?
Durango.
That's all you see for Ash and Cole is they're just like, why?
At this point, like both fighters are just exhausted, so it's like the two you're both fighting with your husband, but it's like half-hearted at this point. It's like a slap fight. Durango.
Durango's gonna move that curse to the remaining druid with a bonus action.
Nice.
And yeah, blasty.
Yeah.
It's 26 to hit.
Yeah, 26 hits.
Yeah.
And a 21.
You know, if you're gonna do one thing, do it well.
Right? Practice. That's a 10. And a 5 plus the 2d6 from Hex.
Oh my
Two.
god.
That's a lot of ones.
Yeah, so
gonna
this
do
one
it,
doesn't
do
get
it.
quite the same leverage as the last one as the bolts fly. She kind of spins with the first one, and the second one just clips her. Still up.
That's all I got.
All right.
If you're gonna do it, do it. Come on.
Reckless.
This one. Kill Ash.
Dude, that's
So
that's gonna
19.
do it.
Opposed disadvantage. Reaction.
Disadvantage would put it at an 8 plus 5, so give me 13.
13 misses.
13 misses. All right, yeah. So this one comes in again, and Cole just over the top of you, just like picks up a fistful of dirt from behind you as you duck down and just throws it. You can see that just getting dirty. 10s. Death saving throw.
Oh,
That flirted with the one again. Damn it.
Two successes.
It's getting too close for comfort. Oh.
God damn it. This druid.
She's gonna do the dumb thing. She's gonna clap.
And she does. She slides in, and
Damn it.
she She claps, and she gathers that energy in her hand, smashes her hands together. I need you guys to both make Constitution saving throws. One failure, one success.
On those.
Oh no.
So Ash, you take with a success, you take 5 points of thunder damage.
Boy.
Cole, you take 11.
Okay.
And you're pushed 10 feet.
We have some healing potions.
Do we have any? I feel like we bought some at some point.
I don't think Barovia has any.
Yeah.
I think they're permanently out of healing.
Well, with Cole out of the picture. Oh, God.
You're not gonna reckless it?
I am. I just hit the wrong button. It's a 17?
17 hits. Yeah,
Yeah, 12 points of damage.
Ash is out.
As Ash falls unconscious.
Fuck.
And with that, Ash, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Yeah, we do.
Nice.
Oof. All right, for success.
And that'll be my turn.
Yep. Cole. Just picking yourself up out of the dirt, getting pushed back by that thunder wave. You turn just in time to watch the second berserker. Now, Ash not expecting it, turn around and just crack him in the back as he just falls forward and collapses onto the ground.
Oh God. Jesus. Got one spell slot left.
Don't use it yet.
Yeah. No. I have been rolling my poison strike. I had that for a minute. I just remember that too. So that's okay. I'll do it on this one. I don't think it's been enough rounds yet. So yeah, just How dare you push me away? And I move up, and I gotta take this berserker out first. So I'm swinging for him. Advantage 20 to hit.
20 hits.
That's 11 points of damage.
Yeah, as that you just come rushing up, and as you sort of leap in the air with that mace, you just crack in the back of its head as it's face towards Ash, and it just goes tumbling down as you just kind of fall with it and just slam the mace down into the ground. The dirt and blood just kick up into the air.
I grab Morningstar with both hands now, with my shield hand too, and swing around behind me to hit that druid that's standing there. A 16?
16 hits.
All right. It's another 8. And Poison Strike is still up. So that'll be another 2d10 plus my Paladin level. That's 14 plus 5, which is now 19 points of damage.
Yeah, so that second strike with both hands catches the druid right in the chest. She just coughs up blood. You watch the veins and where the blood hit just turn like black as they start to shoot through her, and that poison courses through her veins, and she just grasps at her throat and collapses.
And just shouting out to Rygo, get the last one, quick!
Durango at this point is in the middle of fine-tuning his instrument, given the poor performance of the last round. He looks up. Oh, yes, of course. And bonus action, transfer hex to the remaining berserker, and blasty. That's 15.
15 hits.
And
17 hits. Another one for a 5, yeah.
Off to a great start, boys. And then
That one's better.
2d6 from the Hex.
Yeah, so as that first shot lands, it just skims him, and he turns a bit as it hits his arm. That axe still raised up, ready to come down on top of Ash's lifeless body. But as that arm is raised and he falls back a little from the first strike, he goes to put everything he had in that second strike, and then the second one just catches him square in the chest, and you watch it just falls back for a second before coughing up blood and just passing out. And as the scene begins to fade, you watch at the top of this hill the fire burning still from that effigy that is now pushed over, illuminating everything around you. Rearing up in the distance, this black, hideous tree. And as you watch it, you see the blood on the ground and at your feet pooling from the fight that you just had, almost gets soaked and sucked into the earth. Looking at the tree, you see these figures crawling all over it, those small twig-like shapes all turned towards you, looking at you in the distance. And as they begin to move in unison, that's where we'll pick up next week. So thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for all the raiders. We had so many raiders tonight. That's always a blast. Hope you guys had fun. To reward you for your time here, if you guys haven't been paying attention to the chat, all it takes is a follow for 300 elf eggs. That'll get you a game tonight. Tonight's game in honor of Tenzveta and Ash is fun with ragdolls. It is I don't know, an interesting game where you have fun with ragdolls. I don't know. You get it for free. All you have to do is spend those 300 elf eggs. We also we do dice giveaways every month on the channel. We do custom Dragon Knight dice. It's a custom set of dice, and it is designed in beautiful blues and blacks this month, based on our one of the characters from our Tuesday night games, Abraxia, who is an ice sorceress. So you have a chance to win one of those or a set of those every single month. That's 2,000 elf eggs. If you came a little late, you might not have gotten it, but good news, we got another game tomorrow. So if you guys got nothing better to do, come lurk tomorrow, win some dice. And I think that's all I got. Ryan, you ready to give these things away?
I am. Let me roll this wheel.
I thought for sure your 10s were.
We're not out of the woods yet, man. But
I thought for sure.
Literally.
Yeah.
The woods are coming alive to kill you.
This is the second winner for our friend here. This is our buddy Shulael, frequenter of the stream here. Congratulations, you just won Fun with Ragdolls. So whatever that entails, have fun doing it.
Awesome. Well, guys, we do we do a random game giveaway literally every show right now. We're running shows Sunday and every other Monday, but we've got a ton coming up. So thank you guys for sticking around. Hopefully you guys aren't done yet, because we're going to go raid somebody else. So why don't we go ahead and get Tenzveta? Why don't you make one more death saving throw for me?
Do you want it to actually be the death saving throw, or just a D20?
No, well, I mean, be your death saving throw and your
Okay.
and your raid roll if you want.
Okay.
That is a natural 1. So who are we raiding tonight, Ryan?
A natural 1. Oh God, you had to do it. You had to end it like that. That is gonna be Into the Frozen North Episode 1, Kamek.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, let's go have fun. Let's go make some new friends out there. Be loud. Be noisy. Let's go raid, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Been an honor.